and thank you for joining us on ERi-TV for our English news broadcast live from Asmara. Today is Sunday, 30th of June 2024. Here are stories making headlines today. Activity assessment meeting. New dam under construction in Lebanon. Iran warns Israel of obliterating war if it attacks Lebanon. At least 18 killed in suspected suicide attack in Nigeria. The National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the Northern Red Sea region conducted a 6-month activity assessment meeting in Abat on 26th of June. Mr. Suleiman Yusuf, head of the Political and Organizational Affairs of the Union branch, stated that the priorities have been providing social science training to members, offering vocational training to the youth, and expanding the Union's presence in educational and health facilities. According to reports from Union's heads in the subzones, commendable effort has been made in organizing the Warsaw program, developing political awareness among members, participating in national holidays, cultural and sport activities, general knowledge competitions, and organizing vocational training programs. Additional efforts to strengthen the organization have been noted. Mr. Mohammed Nur Rajib, the administrator of the Abat subzone, commended the decision to hold the meeting in Abat and called for increased investment in youth issues. Mr. Saleh Ahmeddin, chairman of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students, emphasized that the constructive recommendations and resolutions presented at the meeting will significantly contribute to the Union's future activities. He also called for reinforced contribution from the stakeholders to develop the overall capacity of the youth. A new dam with a capacity of holding 198,000 cubic meters of water is under construction in the Lebanon administrative area, Logo Ansaba subzone. The dam being constructed through cooperation between the public and the government is expected to alleviate water supply issues for both humans and livestock. Mr. Tasfai Kasata, the administrator of the area, stated that the public and members of the Defense Force are earnestly working to complete the dam on time. So far, 32% of the construction has been accomplished. Residents have indicated that they have been compelled to travel 6 kilometers to fetch water for their consumption and livestock. With the completion of the dam, this problem will be permanently addressed. Mr. Abraham Hagos, the administrator of the Logo Ansaba subzone, commended strong participation of the public in Defense Force. He called for continued and reinforced participation until the construction is finished. Lebanon administrative area is one of 13 administrative areas in Logo Ansaba subzone. The National Cars and Motor Bicycles Federation organized a race today in Beit Girgis area of Asmara. The event was attended by Mr. Abraha Asfaha, Minister of Public Works, and Ambassador Zameda Takhle, Commissioner of Culture and Sports, as well as numerous spectators from Asmara. Colonel Neguse Girmay, President of the Federation, highlighted that the race organized in connection with the 33rd Independence Day anniversary continues the tradition of annual race. Colonel Neguse emphasized that the objective of the race is to promote a sport with a long history in the country. A total of 62 competitors participated in 8 categories, including cars ranging from 1,000 to 2,000 cc and 9 motor bicycles with 175 and 125 cc engines. The race was broadcast live by Eritrean television, and awards were handed out to the winners in various categories. Those were local news updates. Stay tuned for international ones. Iran has warned Israel against full-scale military aggression in Lebanon and said it would lead to an obliterating war, the Islamic Republic's United Nations mission said. All options, including the full involvement of all resistance front, are on table, the mission wrote in post on X late on Friday. Referring to Iran-aligned armed group across the region, it called Israel's threat to attack Hezbollah in Lebanon psychological warfare and propaganda. The border between the two countries has witnessed daily exchanges of fire between Israeli force and Hezbollah since the current conflict in Gaza broke out on October 7. Fears of full-blown war grew this month after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel was preparing for the very intense operation on the border with Lebanon. Israeli force conducted a series of attacks on Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon, an Israeli army spokesperson said earlier yesterday. In the past few hours, warplanes attacked several Hezbollah targets, including a military site for the organization in the Zabqin area, two operational infrastructure sites in the Qaim area, and a Hezbollah building in the Al-Adisa area, according to the Israeli newspaper. Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant said his country does not want to fight a war against Hezbollah, but that the army is ready for it. At least 18 people have been killed and 30 injured in a series of deadly blasts in Nigeria, thought to have been carried out by female suicide bombers. One of the bombings is reported to have killed 6 people and injured others at a wedding ceremony yesterday in the northeastern Borno state. The state's emergency management agency said the coordinated attack targeted a wedding, the victim's subsequent funeral, and the hospital in the town of Gwoza. No one has claimed responsibility for the attack, but the Nigeria-centered Islamic State West Africa province insurgents have previously claimed deadly bombings in Borno. In the last 4 months, attackers have twice targeted people through suicide and improvised explosive devices in Borno State. Borno State has been at least at the center of a 15-year insurgency by Boko Haram, Islamist militants, which has displaced more than 2 million people and killed more than 40,000. Boko Haram gained international notoriety in 2014 when it kidnapped more than 270 schoolgirls from the town of Chibok, also in Borno State. Authorities said 18 deaths has been confirmed yesterday, a toll that includes children, adults, and pregnant women. Before we go, we have a quick recap of the top stars. Iran warns Israel of obliterating war if it attacks Lebanon. At least 18 people killed in suspected suicide attack in Nigeria. And that wraps up our news broadcast for now. Thank you for watching. Good night, everyone.